Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the warm-up show. I'm Spokane Steve. How y'all doing? Franklin's here. Oh, that's good to know. It sounds really good, Franklin. Greetings, Kenyon Gray. Welcome. Franklin, I tell you what, Franklin just mentioned that another Philly delight is the street vendor pretzels. Big and doughy, served cold. Use plenty of mustard. Hello there, Michael, and welcome, Meister. I like that. Sounds great, except for the cold part. I like my big pretzels warm. We're a little early today. That's okay. We've got the second game of the doubleheader. We played the first game yesterday. It was a blowout. The Cubs won it. And it's going to be lefty Bob Henley for the Cubs, and making his only start of 1966, right-hander Gary Wagner for Philadelphia. Looking at the standings, the Phillies now tied with the Dodgers for second, one game behind the Pirates. And the Dodgers will play tomorrow. They'll be in St. Louis, who's the fourth place team, actually tied with the Astros for fourth. Both of them 5 games back. So a tight race in the National League, still a lot of fun. I hope it stays that way all year. Yeah, I think the 27th is the first game, Meister. So that would be what, Thursday? Exciting stuff for sure. I've got my MLB package, bought and paid for. It's expensive, but I mean, when you think about it, it's about 75 cents a day. What kind of entertainment do you get for 75 cents a day? To get change for the... So you have some Philly experience, it sounds like there, Franklin. Cleveland baseball fan is here. Regular TV. Yeah, welcome to the club, man. I'm telling you what. I'm mostly streaming now, and it's really hard to find things anymore with all these channels, and most of them are garbage, let's be honest. Looking at today's starting pitchers, Henley, a left-hander. This will be his third start. He's also made 9 relief appearances. He's 1-0 with a 3.63 in 22 1/3 innings. He has given up 30 hits, while striking out 23. Well, it's been kind of a roller coaster for Henley, but his ERA is respectable at least. No record for Wagner, of course. Oh, why is that, you guys? Are they having like local broadcasting issues? Hello, Bill Ivemy. What's garbage, Bill? I'll tell you what, my anxiety's high today, but I'm glad to be here playing a game. Woke up about 5, 6 hours sleep, give or take. It should be enough. It's just not enough for me. Oh yeah, I'm a sleeper. Wagner here with an awful card. You can see it, I think. Maybe not. Monochrome, probably hard to see, but he's a 5-inning rated for endurance. I wouldn't take 10 to 1 on him going 5. Well, that's a nice bonus, Meister. I wish my phone carrier did that. Oh, the channels. Yeah, I know, but what can I say? I'm on a budget. I do have the Netflix. That's the only one I pay for. But I have the Roku stick. That's where I pick up the MLB network, because LG TVs don't have the app. Apparently they have MLB network has an exclusive contract with Samsung. I used to have a Samsung. Here's the lineup for the Cubs today. Pretty much the same as yesterday, except for the catcher. Adolfo Phillips in center field. Joey Amalfitano at second base. Billy Williams, he of the 2 home runs in the opener, in right field. Ron Santo is at shortstop once again. Lee Thomas at first base. Ernie Banks at third base. Byron Brown is in left field. Chris Krug, another uncarded computer-only card, will do the catching and hit 8th, with Henley hitting 9th. And we're about set to get going here. Here's Gary Wagner. You know, I meant to look up Wagner before the game. I'm going to do it now. You know, he was actually pretty good in 1965. His rookie year. All in relief. He had a pretty good year in 68, but of course, you know, most pitchers did. 3.70 career ERA in 267 1/3 innings. Okay, we're ready to... Oh man, let me get some water. We'll be ready to go. Yeah. Okay, Adolfo Phillips steps up to the plate against Gary Wagner. Phillips hitting .305, 4 home runs, 24 RBIs. Wagner gets the sign, the windup. Here we go on a 5-6 right-handed inning. Adolfo hits a high fly ball into center field. Rojas going back. That's going to be over his head. Heading to second is Phillips with a double. Let me double check that now. I'm going to pull up Wagner's card on my Strat-O-Matic Windows game. That was a 5-6 righty. Indeed, it's a clean double. That's what it looked like here. A little difficult to read, especially with my eyes. And up steps Joey Amalfitano. Just 3 for 10 so far. He's only been playing of late. This will be his 4th ball game. Wagner gets the sign. That's going to be a 4-6 right-handed, and he walks him. So Wagner not off to a very good start here. A double and a walk, and here's Billy Williams, who's homered in his last 2 at-bats. Billy now at .290, 12 home runs, which ranks among the league leaders now, and 33 RBIs. Wagner getting the sign. The pitch to Billy. 4-4 left-handed. It's a grounder to shortstop X. That's going to be a tough chance for Wine. A good shortstop, however. 2E22 as he goes to his left. On a 19, he's got it. Goes to Taylor for 1. On to White, double play. To third goes Phillips. And that was exactly what Gary Wagner needed. Perhaps that'll settle down the nerves a little bit as Ron Santo steps to the plate. Excuse me. Santo leading the club and hitting at .380 now. 10 home runs, 37 RBIs. Runner at third, 2 away. Here's the pitch from Wagner. It's a 6-11 right-handed, and he walks him. Second walk of the inning. If without that double play, Wagner would be in a heap of trouble right now. And here's Lee Thomas. Thomas 5 for 17 with the Cubs since coming over. 3 RBIs. Wagner from the stretch. It's a 1-6 right-handed, and that's a grounder to first base fielded by White. He takes it himself, and the side is retired. No runs, a hit, 2 left on. After a half, it's Chicago 0, Philadelphia coming to bat. Do you get that with the link through the baseball reference, Bill? That's where I look at them sometimes. I meant to look up more on Wagner. But I'll tell you what, I've had a bit of a weekend, to say the least. So Wagner gets through the first as Henley warms up. Let's go over the Philly lineup. Tony Taylor will be at second base today leading off. Cookie Rojas is in center field. Dick Groat at third base. Dick Allen in left field in the cleanup spot. Jackie Brent will be in right field. Day off or a game off, I should say, for Callison. Bill White at first base. Bob Uecker will do the catching and bat seventh. Bobby Wine at short. And Wagner the pitcher ninth. I don't think he'll make it through his endurance inning, I'll say that. I'd be surprised if he goes 3. But you never know. So here's Tony Taylor to lead things off for the Phillies now. I'm trying to find his stat. Oh my God, he's way down at the bottom. It's been a struggle for Taylor. No wonder he hasn't started in a while with a 197 average. 3 home runs. The left-hander into the windup. Pitch to Tony Taylor is a 1-7. That's going to be a liner towards second base. Single to 8. That is through into right field for a base hit. Leadoff single for Tony Taylor. Taylor with good speed. Let's check the battery now. Taylor a star 15 stealer. Henley with a terrible hold, +9. And Krug is 0 catchers. So the most it can be is 5. So Taylor's a 20 not held. He'll be held at 18. And that's way too generous to resist. He's going to roll for the lead. Mookie, what are you doing? He just came stumbling over the computer. Rolling for the lead, 2 through 5, 11 or 12. That's going to be an 8. He doesn't get the lead. On the back number, 16 minus 4, 12 on the back number. So Cookie Rojas, hitting 250, will swing away. From the stretch, it's a 2-9 lefty. Grounder to third base. Ernie Banks has it down to Amalfitano for 1 to first, not in time. That's going to be a 5-4 force. Taylor erased. And Cookie Rojas is at first now with 1 away. Here's Groat now. Dick Groat hitting 218, 1 homer, 13 RBIs. Henley from the stretch. Pitch to Groat is a 5-9 right-handed. It's a grounder to short X. Tough chance for Santo. 4E32. Here's the play on a 10. It's the E range. A 7 on a 32, and it's an error on Santo. 1 base error. Santo, you remember, played a flawless game at shortstop in the opener, but he's unable to make the play on that one, and that'll go as an error. That's going to bring up Dick Allen. Allen at 414 now. 8 homers, 22 RBIs, and just 87 at-bats. Monster card against lefties. Henley's first pitch way outside. Now studies the sign. Checks the runners. The pitch to Dick Allen. 4-8 right-handed. That is going to be blasted into left center. That's going to go for extra bases. It's going to be off the wall, bouncing away from Phillips. Here comes Rojas to score. Here comes Groat to score, and Allen into third with a 2-run triple. That's right, on a 4-8 triple to 4, he rolls the 1. And the Phillies jump out to a 2-0 lead. And I'll tell you what, with Gary Wagner on the mound, they're going to need it. Here's Jackie Brandt now. Brandt at 308, no home runs but 13 RBIs. Early in the game, I'm going to roll Inner back. They will be in. And here's the pitch to Brandt. On a 4-4 right-handed fly to center field X. Phillips going back on it. Phillips a 3-E9. On an 11 E-range. It's a 10 on an E9, and he makes a nice running catch. Deep enough for Allen to tag up and score. So on the sac fly, that makes it 3-0 Phillies. Two down, and the batter will be Bill White with the bases empty. White at 278, 9 homers, 41 RBIs. The left-hander winds and deals. That's a 5-6 lefty. Fly to straightaway center. Phillips under it. And he makes the grab to retire the side. The Phillies with 3 runs on 2 hits. Nobody left. Second out, triple. So 2 of the runs are unearned against Hendley. By my count, anyway, you can please correct me if I'm wrong. Not a huge deal, as when I enter the game manually, it'll get it right. I saw part of Jeffrey's game this morning. He was talking about catching that later on when he enters the stat, so he must be using that now too. On his 1968 replay. Okay, we go to the second. It's 3-0 Philadelphia. Here is Ernie Banks to lead it off for Chicago. Banks at 265, 4 homers, 18 RBIs. Wagner gets the sign. 3-8 righty, and he bangs a base hit into center field. Leadoff single for Banks. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Byron Brown. Brown at 262, 8 home runs, 27 RBIs. Wagner working from the stretch now. On a 2-6 right-handed, that's a base hit into left field. Open single, rounding his Banks. He's going to hold at second. Banks a 1-9, even with Allen's +3. To left, it's -2, so actually it's 1-10. And here's the catcher, Chris Krug, a right-handed hitter. 6 for 20 in part-time play. I got to calm Mookie down here. He's trying to encroach on the field. You can stay there, but you can't come on the field, buddy. Krug, no homers, 1 RBI. First and second, nobody out. Wagner with the pitch to Krug is a 2-3 right-handed. It's a grounder down to third base. Grote to Taylor for 1, on to White, double play. To third goes Banks. And here's Hendley, a right-handed batter. Wagner's pitch is a 5-2 righty. It's a grounder to first base, X. That's the Gold Glover White, 1E10. The play is a 17, and he's got it. Flips to Wagner covering, and Wagner escapes the jam again. No runs, 2 hits, 1 left. So in both the first and the second innings, Wagner bailed out by a double play. And he's already surpassed his real life start. That's right. Real life, he went 1 2/3 innings. Here's Bob Uecker leading it off for the Phillies in the bottom of the second. Uecker hitting .311, 3 homers, 14 RBIs. Are you as surprised as I am that Uecker's hitting .311? 19 for 61. Henley into the windup. Here's the pitch to Ueck. It's a 1-6 fly to center field playable. That's Phillips making the play. And with 1 down, the batter will be Bobby Wine. Wine 14 for 40. That's a .350 average. Henley into the windup. Pitch is a 5-7 right-handed second base X. Tough chance of Malfitano, 4E21. Here's the play on a 3. He's not going to get there. That's into right field for a single. One out single for Wine, and here's Wagner now, a right-handed hitter. Oh, I wrote in Henley's bunting, but I didn't write in Wagner. He's a C. Infield playing back. Wagner squares the bunt. 8C. That's going to be good enough to advance the runner. Nice bunt there by Wagner. Taking second is Bobby Wine, and with 2 outs, Tony Taylor will be the hitter. Henley checks the runner. Now the pitch to Taylor is a 1-6 left-handed ground to third base. Banks has it across to Thomas, and that'll do it. No runs, a hit, 1 left. We played 2 innings. It is 3-0 Phillies. Phillies battling for first place, so that really throws a wrinkle into, just how much patience do I have with Gary Wagner here today. 2 scoreless so far, but without those 2 double plays, oh boy. Top of the order for the Cubs. Adolfo Phillips doubled to lead off the game. Wagner into the windup. Pitch to Adolfo is a 6-8 right-handed. It's a grounder second base X. Tough chance for Taylor. 3E11. Taylor to his left on a 9E range. An 8 on 11. He should make that, and he does. For 3X, Phillips retired, and here's a Malfitano. Malfitano walked in the first. Now Wagner into the windup. The pitch to Joey is a 6-5 righty, and he walks him. Third walk issued by Gary Wagner. Malfitano, no threat to run. And up steps Billy Williams. Wagner out of the stretch. The pitch to Williams is a 6-11 left-handed. It's a grounder to first base. White has it. Down to Wine for 1. Back to White. 3-6-3 double play. And I'm just going to double check that. 6-11. Grounder to first base A. Sure enough. So both times today, Billy Williams is grounded into twin killings. And that's going to kill that inning for the Cubs. So 3 scoreless for Gary Wagner. Well, I was already wrong. Anybody else have him going more than 3? I said he wouldn't go through, wouldn't make it through the third. Hell, he's made it through the third scoreless. Bottom of the third, Rojas, Grote, and Allen facing Henley. Cookie 0 for 1, playing center field today. The left-hander into the windup. The pitch to Cookie is a 2-3 lefty. It's a liner right into the glove of Lee Thomas. So a liner to first, 1 down, and here's Dick Grote. Grote 0 for 1, reached on an error. Henley with the pitch. Here it is, 6-7 right-handed, single to 13. It's a liner towards second base, and it's through into right field for a base hit. Fourth Philly hit of the day. And up steps Dick Allen. Just an absolutely terrifying card against lefties. I mean, just look at it. The left-hander from the stretch delivers to Allen 4-4. Fly to center field X, tough chance for Phillips. 3-9, ranging to his left. On a 20, he makes a fine running catch for the out. Nice play, Adolfo Phillips. 2 down, and the batter will be Brandt. Brandt had a sac fly his first time up. Henley set now. 3-11 lefty pops him up. Sano's going to take it, and that'll do it. No runs, a hit, 1 left. 3 innings in the books. It's 3-0 Phillies. Here on a Sunday, a cold and rainy Sunday in Spokane. I had to run over to the store and grab a couple things. I actually had my sweater and my winter coat on. Supposed to warm up in the coming week, though, and boy, I'll tell you what, we're all looking forward to that here. It'll be Santo, Thomas, and Banks in the fourth. Santo walked his first time up. Here's the pitch from Gary Wagner. On a 5-5 right-handed fly ball to left, well hit, but Allen's going to catch that just shy of the track. One down, and here's Lee Thomas now. Wagner with the pitch. 5-10, he walks him. Fourth walk issued by Wagner now. Wagner's starting to become a little bit of a story here today. The hitter will be Ernie Banks. He singled his first time up. Wagner out of the stretch. That's going to be a 6-7 righty, and Banks rips one into center field. Rojas back, it's over his head. That's going to go for extra bases. Thomas rounding at third. 11 plus 2 Rojas, 13. Hang on, I've got Mookie issues again. Trailing by 3, they're going to hold him at third. A double by Banks. Byron Brown representing the tying run at the plate. And they're already got somebody loosening down in the Philly pen. Righty Bob Buell throwing down there. One down, inner back. That's a tough one, leading by 3. I'm going to let the die decide. They'll pull it in. Infield in for Byron Brown, who singled his first time up today. Wagner has yet to allow a run, but he's certainly walking a tightrope here today. Here's the pitch to Byron on a 5-3, grounded to the pitcher X. Wagner has it in his own hands here. He's a 2E38, and here's the play. Error range a 9 on a 38, and it's going to be an error on Wagner, and a run will score. Thomas crosses the plate, banks to third. It's 3-1 now. And the batter is the catcher, Chris Krug. They'll push the infield back now with runners at the corners and one down. Wagner's pitch to Krug. 6-7 right-handed, and Krug rips one into center field. That's going to be back. Rojas going back. It's over his head. Here comes Banks to score. Brown rounding. He's a 12. Rojas +2, 14 with one out. And the pitcher coming up next, they're going to send him. Here comes the relay to the plate, and he scores, and the game is tied. On the 5, Krug takes third. On the throw. Buell about ready. Wagner will face the pitcher. Still only one out. Infield in now with a runner at third and one away. Here's the pitch to the pitcher. 2-6, he struck him out. One more for Wagner. The pitch to Phillips. 1-6, he walks him. And here comes Mock, and that's going to do it. I think we went as far as we could with Gary Wagner. Three and 2/3, 5 hits, 5 walks. Struck out only one, Hendley. And that's it for Wagner. Oh, we might see him in a mop-up relief role, but I kind of doubt it. Looking at a possible double switch, really nothing I can do there. And Bob Buell will be summoned from the bullpen. Buell worked this game in real life. Tie ball game now in the 4th. Runners at the corners. 2 down. Bob Buell coming on as he gets loose. Let's take a look at his numbers. Didn't he start the season on the Cubs? Or am I imagining things? Buell 2-1 with an ERA of 4 for the Phillies. 4 starts, 2 relief appearances across 27 innings. Joey Amalfitano due up. He's walked twice. Buell ready to go now. Here's the pitch to Amalfitano. It's a 2-12 grounder to short, fielded by Wine, who throws him out. And that'll do it. The Cubs with 3 runs, 2 hits. They leave a pair. Let's recreate the inning now. That would have been the second out. So all the runs are, no, 1 unearned run, excuse me. 1 unearned run. So Wagner, 3 runs, 2 earned. We can close the book on him. Now we go to the bottom of the 4th in a tie game. Well, you have to say one thing. Wagner did keep his team in the game. It's anybody's game here. Granted, he didn't last long, but anyway, he lasted longer than I thought he would. Oh, and I want to thank everybody. We have finally hit the 400 subscriber mark. Thank you, everyone, very much. What a landmark that is. If you'd have asked me when I started this, I wouldn't have even thought that was possible. Now it seems like 500 is possible. It'll take some time, of course. I wonder why he got a E38, Bill, because he was used so infrequently? Let me look at him again. He only worked 6 innings that year. And good afternoon, Dave. Sometimes when guys are super low usage, Strat-O-Matic tends to do things like that. Okay, bottom of the 4th, Bill White will start it off. Left on left as Henley delivers. 5-7, grounder to second base X. Tough chance Amalfitano. 4-E21, ranging behind the bag. On a 13, that's going to be made by Amalfitano, and he throws him out. Nice play. I really didn't think he was going to get to that, but he did. Welcome, Thomas. Another 38 slugfest. Yankees leading Cleveland 11-7 after 7. Let's all go down to the 7-11. Here's Euchre. Henley with the pitch. 2-6, he walks him. 1 out walk to Bob Euchre. And the batter will be Bobby Wine. Hello, Sonoma Joel. Mookie, no. Nobody, you got to stay up there. Stay up there. Stay. I don't want to scare him completely off. I kind of like him sitting there watching as long as he doesn't try to get down on the field. I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is how close he's getting. And every so often he reaches one of those paws out. You know, step down. Oh, yeah, see, there he goes. That's as far as you go, buddy. Thank you, Dave. Yeah, that makes sense. Henley from the stretch pitching to Wine. 6'10 righty, and he walks him. Back-to-back walks issued by Henley. And here he comes. Okay. Back. First and second one down. And it's Buell. A B bunter. They really need to get some length out of Buell. Cubs pull the infield in. Buell squares to bunt as a C. 8C, that's good enough to advance both runners. So second and third, 2 down, it'll be up to Tony Taylor. Thank you, Franklin. Thank you, Mrs. Ivamy. And now he's gone. He just took off somewhere. We'll catch up with the Mook again a little later. Here's Taylor now. Henley ready to work. Second and third, 2 away. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a 2-10 lefty. He goes the other way with it and lifts a high fly ball to right field. Williams backing up just shy of the track to make the catch. And that will do it for the Phillies in the fourth. No runs, no hits. They leave a pair in scoring position. And after 4 complete, it's a 3-3 tie. Holy cow, Thomas. Tribe has just tied it at 11 in the 8th. Somebody must have jacked one. I got to check on Buell now. This is going to drive me crazy. He did start the year with the Cubs. I thought he did, because I keep thinking of him as being on the Cubs. It's confusing me. He was part of the big Fergie Jenkins trade. I think, oh God, I want to say that Larry Jackson was involved in that one too. Yeah, he was. We go to the 5th inning, the heart of the order for the Cubs. Billy Williams 0 for 2. He's bounced into 2 double plays so far today. Buell into the windup. Pitch to Williams on a 5-5 lefty. Fly ball the other way to left. Dick Allen is there and makes the catch. Here's Santo now, 0 for 1 with a walk. Buell gets the sign from Euchre, and here's the pitch to Santo on a 5-8 righty. That's going to be a liner in the direction of second base, single to 7, and it's speared by a leaping Taylor. How about that? That almost got through. Single to 7, he rolled to 8, liner to short, 2 down, and here's Lee Thomas. Buell into the windup. Here's the pitch to Lee. It's a 3-10 right. He pops him up. Taylor again. Squeezes it, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Bob Buell. Henley, 5 for endurance. This will be his first inning of potential fatigue. Bill Ivemy, taken by the Expos in the '69 expansion draft. He's referring to Larry Jackson here. And Larry chose to retire instead of going to Montreal. And then Bill added, must have been married. Well, you know, I don't know what the exchange rate was in those days. Right? Or the tax situation. I don't know. Could have been a factor. Remember, these guys weren't making a ton of money in 1969, not like today. Okay, first endurance inning. Oh God, no! I've only been to the west part of Canada, Bill. That goes for the United States too. I've never been east, period. Mainly because I don't fly. Henley with a pitch to Cookie Rojas. That's going to be a 6-10 right-handed, and he walks him. Third walk issued by Henley, all coming in the last 2 innings, and that's going to get him stirring around in the Cubs pen. Bill Connors the righty, Billy Heff the lefty. If Connors were to get in the game, that would be his debut of 1966. Thank you, Texas Huntsman. Yeah, it doesn't sound like much. I mean, that was still good money for 1969, but not crazy money by any means. Franklin says he would take that now. You must mean adjusted for inflation, right, Franklin? Here's Grow at 1 for 2. Henley from the stretch. That's going to be a 5-5. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. I heard that. You know, I'll tell you a short story here. One of my best friends growing up in Southern California was from Calgary. In fact, he moved back there, around 1990, got married in 92. I went up to his wedding, but anyway, his mother used to tell me that over on the east side, they're really particular about speaking French. And Bart's mother, Alice, I got to tell you, what a wonderful woman she was. It was just me and my dad for many years, and I can't even count the amount of times she would have me over for dinner. My dad worked the swing shift, so I was home alone after school. Had plenty of dinners at Bart's house. Here's Dick Allen now. Henley hanging on by a thread here, but he's going to face Allen. From the stretch, the pitch is a 1-6. Absolutely crushed to dead center field. Phillips starts back and just stops and looks up and admires it, and Allen has gone deep with a capital D. And the Phillies take a 5-3 lead. He just massacred that one. Deepest part of the park. And for Allen, that's his 9th home run of the season. And here comes DeRocher, and that's going to do it for Henley. He needs one more hit or walk to fatigue him, but DeRocher's not waiting around for that. He had his chance. Frankly, I only let him pitch to Allen out of realism. Percentage-wise, it was not a good play. Yeah, I remember in, 1974, I think it was. I think I made 8,000 and I was thrilled. I mean, I was still in high school, so there's that. But yeah, of course I was thrilled. Right, left, right. We're going to give Bill Connors a shot. So early exits for both starters today. For Henley, 4 1/3. 5 hits. 5 runs, 3 of them earned. He walked 3. I don't think he struck out 1. For Connors, this is his 66th debut. I'll give you his real life numbers. He had 16 innings that year. He was 0-1 with a 7.31 ERA. His balance is 9R. So he's actually decent against righties. You don't really want him facing a lefty. Of course, he's going to have to get through White to get to Euchre and Wine. He did pitch in this game in real life, so we'll see how he does. Connor's ready to go to work. Billy Heff joined by right-hander Cal Kuntz down in the Chicago pen. Here's White now. Connors from the stretch on a 4-8. It's a high fly ball to deep right field. Looks like 18. Let me pull it up. It is to 18, going back, and gone. Bill White has just gone deep and blown the game open here. 4 runs plated by the Phillies here in the 5th. It is 7-3. And here's Euchre, 0 for 1 with a walk. Connors with the pitch. 4-8 righty, he loses in ball 4. So Connors has faced 3 batters, walked 2 and given up a home run. He may not be in there long. Here's the pitch to wide. From the stretch on a 4-10, it's catcher's card. That's Krug. Let's take a look at Krug now. 4-E2. On a 5, that's going to be a wild pitch followed by a pop out. The wild pitch moves Euchre to second. 2 down. And Buell, the batter, now with the lead. Buell's going to bat. He's a 1 right-hander. 6-8, grounder to third base, fielded by Banks, who makes the play. And the side is retired. 4 big runs for the Phillies. A pair of 2-run home runs, one by a mammoth shot by Dick Allen, and a 2-run blast by Bill White. No, he... Henley came out after the homer to Allen. Buell's worked 1 1/3. He's rated 4 for relief endurance. The thinking at the time was that Connors could navigate the righties, and hitting 4th in the inning, he probably would be pinch hit for. Only have to pitch 2/3 of an inning, but that did not work out for the Cubs. Banks is 2 for 2 today. Buell into the windup. The pitch to Ernie's a 6-7 right-handed. Grounder to second base X. That's Taylor. Taylor a 3-E11 ranging to his left. On a 7, he's there and throws him out. Nice play, Tony Taylor. No, because, Brandt, a right-handed hitter. Henley came out right after he gave up the homer to Allen. I was on the fence whether to let him face Allen at all. Once he gave up the homer, that was it for him. If White had been the batter due up, I would not have brought a right-hander in to start the... I would have brought Heft in. You wouldn't bring in Connors to face a left-handed hitter. I figured maybe he could get Brown out for the second out, somehow navigate around White, get out of the inning. As I said, it didn't work out. Brown 1 for 2 today. Buell with the pitch. That's going to be a 5-10 righty. Catcher's card X, that's Euchre. Euchre, a 2-E6. Here's the play. On A6, it's a pop out to the catcher, 2 down. And here's Krug trying to get the pitcher's spot to the plate. Any which way you slice it, Connors isn't coming back out there. The pitch to Krug is a 5-6, swung on and missed, strike 3. 1-2-3 inning for Buell, who's retired all 7 batters he's faced. Okay, that's enough goofing around. We're going to look for a double switch here. We're going to bring Cal Kuntz in. Left field or catcher. Normally I don't do it with the catcher out of trying to respect the realism. Back in those days, a catcher usually caught the game. Right-handed pitcher. We're going to switch it with left field. So Kuntz will go in Brown's spot. And Ty Klein will go in the 9 spot. He'll play left field, 2E10 plus 1. So here's Klein. Pitcher goes in Brown's spot, and we're set. I think you're right, Texas Huntsman. Connor's already packing his bag. Again, probably needs no explanation, but a lot of these computer-only cards only being used because of the double header, and in the case of the Cubs, fall unavailable. So Kuntz will come on as he finishes his warm-ups. Let's check his numbers. He's been in 14 games, 1-1 with a 3.91. And he'll face the top of the Philly order here in the bottom of the 6th. Tony Taylor 1 for 3 today. Kuntz ready to go to work. Here's the windup and the pitch. It's a 4-10 righty. That's a fly to center field X. Phillips going back on the ball, 3E9. Still going back on a 5. He's not going to get it. That drops in for a base hit. Phillips corrals it. Taylor rounds and decides to hold it first with a long single. Star 15. Kuntz with a +3 hold now. 18. Taylor held at 16, and he's going to try for the lead. 2 through 5, 11, 12. 7. He doesn't get it. And Cookie will swing away. Kuntz's pitch on a 2-11. Foul ball left side. Over to get it is Banks. One away, and here's Dick Grote. Grote 1 for 3 today. Kuntz staring in from the stretch. 3-9 right-handed. Grounded to second base, and Alfapano to his left. Only play is to first. And Taylor takes second. And here's Dick Allen. He's got the hard part of the cycle out of the way. A triple in the first, 2-run homer in the 5th, 4 ribbies for Dick today. Kuntz into the windup. 6-10 right-handed, hard smash to third X. That's going to be a tough chance for Banks. A 4E65. Here it is on a 20. He makes the play and throws him out. Holy cow, nice play, Banks. And that'll retire the side. No runs a hit, 1 left. (7-3) as we go to the 7th. Ty Klein will lead it off for the Cubs. He came in that double switch. Left-handed hitting outfielder, hitting .222, just 6 for 27. Buell's pitch is a 1-3, grounder first base. White has it. He takes it to the bag himself. 1 down. Here's Phillips now. 1 for 2 with a walk. Buell gets the sign from Euchre. There's the windup and the pitch on a 4-10 right-handed. Shallow fly to center. Coming on is Dick Allen to make the play. Couple of good plays from a couple of unlikely fielders there. 2 down, and here's a Malfitano. Buell into the windup. 3-6 right-handed. Struck him out. And what a relief performance by Bob Buell today. 10 up, 10 down. And we stretch for the 7th with the Phillies leading 7-3. And I'm gonna heat up a little coffee and we'll fire up the Mookie cam. Oh my God. Oh shit. Hang on, I'll show you what I'm seeing here. I turn around, he's on the microwave. Now he's not, he jumped up, but there's all the, that's all the National League computer-only cards all over the floor. And now he's jumped to the top of the fridge. I think when I started the microwave, it startled him. That's all right. Yeah, he didn't hurt anything. Oh. I can always print more of those. That's not a biggie. That's not a big deal. Watch this. He likes his belly rubbed. This is the only cat I've ever owned that'll let you rub his belly. Without a full attack, if that is. My last cat, he tried to rub his belly, he'd bite you. Okay, give me a moment here to pick all these things up. I'll have to sort them later. I'm not going to do that right now. I broke a coffee mug this morning. Trying to do a pot, I knocked the whole thing over and the cup went on the floor. So it's not always Mookie. No, sir. Extra innings in 1938. I'm going to refresh the screen here and catch up on the chat before we go to the bottom of the 7th. That's right, Franklin. Cubs lead 7-3. Sorry, Phillies lead 7-3. Cubs. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Jackie Brandt, 0 for 1 today. Sack fly and a walk. Kuntz gets the sign from Krug. That's going to be a 1-9, and Brandt hits one into right field. It's going to drop in front of Williams for a single. Brandt rounds and holds at first. And here's Bill White, who homered his last time up. Kuntz now out of the stretch. 4-4 lefty is catcher's card. That's Krug. 4-E2. And here's the play. On an 8, it's going to be a pass ball followed by a pop out. So Brandt takes second on the pass ball on Krug. 1 down. And Bob Uecker will be the batter. Ken Keltner, a favorite of mine from the old days. Uecker 0 for 1, walked twice. Kuntz checks the runner, comes set, and the pitch to Uecker is a 4-7 righty. Did he go around, check with the first base? He did not. Third walk of the day for Uecker. Kuntz rated 4 for relief endurance, so no issues there. The batter will be Wine with 1 away. Buell for now in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch to Bobby Wine. That's going to be a 4-6 righty. Fly to center, playable. Phillips is there to make the catch, and there's 2 down. And a moment of decision here. Buell a 4. Buell's gone 3 1/3. I think that's it for Buell. They're going to hit for him. Buell's pitched magnificently, but a 4-inning pitcher. He's already 1 out into his first endurance inning. And the Phillies are loaded down there now. They got Knowles, Jackson, Herbert, Fox available. That doesn't even count Bo Belinsky, who pitched in this game in real life. He's a computer-only card. Buell, 10 up, 10 down. He stands to be the winning pitcher. 2 strikeouts. A 7-3 game. We're going to get Ray Herbert, the righty, up, and Darryl Knowles takes off the jacket. And the batter will be Tony Gonzalez. Gonzalez, left-handed hitter. Kuntz gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Tony. That's a 6-9 left-handed. Fly to left field. He goes the other way with it. Drifting over is Klein to make the catch. And the side is retired. No runs a hit, 2 left. We're through 7. 7-3 Phillies. Let's see. Left, right, left, right. This is a good spot for Herbert. Ray Herbert will come on. Let's check Herbert's stats. Herbert, 10 relief appearances and 1 start. He's been amazing. No record, but a 1.37 ERA in 19 2/3 innings. A backwards righty. Facing Williams, Santo, and Thomas. I thought about bringing in Belinsky to face Williams, but then he'd have to face Santo. And the Cubs could pinch hit for Thomas, probably would. Because they have, they got to have a right-handed hitting first baseman, don't they? They could have used Bacabella. Usually the right-handed hitting first baseman is Banks, but he's playing third base. So here's Billy now, 0 for 3 today. Hello there, Gerald. Welcome. Philly's trying to get a split in the doubleheader today. They lead at 7-3 going to the 8th. Herbert ready to work. The windup on the pitch on a 2-7 fly ball straight away center. Phillips is, Rojas is there to make the play. Here's Santo now. Herbert into the windup. Pitcher on Santo's a 4-2 righty. Fly to center. Rojas again. Glides over to the ball and puts it away. 2 down, nobody on. Lee Thomas the hitter. Herbert gets the sign. There's the pitch. It's a 3-6 righty. Liner right at White, and that'll do it. 1-2-3 inning for Herbert. Banks, the pitcher spot, and Krug. We might let Herbert try to finish this one. They have Knowles available. He's the team leader in saves with, well, no, he's not. Actually, he and Rick Wise each have 3. Terry Fox has the other one. They have 7 as a team. But it's not a save situation, at least not yet. We'll see what happens here after the bottom of the 8th. So Connors. I forgot to mark where Kuntz came in. Kuntz has worked 2 innings. He's going for 3. Taylor 2 for 4 on the day. Kuntz into the windup. 3-8 righty, and he walks him. That's going to get him stirring around in the Cubs pen. Fergie Jenkins begins to throw. They may end up using everybody in the Cub pen today. Kuntz at +3, so we've got 18 held at 16. Taylor trying for the lead, 2 through 5, 11 or 12. And he misses it again. That's 3 times. He's pretty good chance for the lead. In 3 tries, he's unable to get it once. And now the pitch to Cookie Rojas from the stretch. 3-7 righty, grounder to short, but it's an A+ with the runner held. That's going to be a base hit into right field. Taylor rounding goes all the way to third. All kinds of weird players today. Connors, the Philly starter, Wagner. The Cubs have 2 computer-only cards in the lineup, Amalfitano and Krug. It's tryout day in Philadelphia. Runners at the corners, nobody out, and here's Grote. And maybe getting the end of the line for Kuntz here. Trailing by 4, they have to pull the infield in. Let's see what that does to Rojas. 16 not held, but he's got a 9 automatic caught. They're going to swing away. 280 pops him up. Left side, Banks will take it, and there's one down. That's a big out there. Infield will remain in, and here comes Dick Allen. Kuntz staring in. From the stretch. 3-7 righty. He struck him out. And it will be all up to Jackie Brandt. Kuntz set now to pitch to Brandt. A 5-8 right-handed grounder third base. Banks snares it and fires it over to Thomas to retire the side. So first and third, nobody out. The Phillies unable to score. We'll see if it comes back to bite them, but they're in pretty good shape going to the ninth with a 7-3 lead. Let's check their defense now. See, Rojas could go to left. Allen goes to third. Rojas slides over to left. He's the same rating. So now we don't have a center fielder. I can't figure out why I'm so confused here. Rojas to left. Grote has to come out, and that'll be the center fielder. That works. Grote can play short and first, but he will not. Johnny Callison will come in and play center. You could put Callison in right, Brandt in center, but the defense would be about the same either way. And Herbert takes the mound for the ninth. I want to thank everybody for joining me on a Sunday. Gloomy, lazy Sunday. Like I say, I didn't get a lot of sleep. Tried to take a nap. My anxiety kicked in. I ended up having to take my medication. And I just stayed up. So not my best effort by any means, but still appreciate all you guys nonetheless. Yeah, you guys are backing me up through thick and thin. I'm afraid the last couple of weeks it's been more thin than thick, but that's life. It's ups and downs. That's how it is. Here's Banks. 2 for 3. Herbert set. Pitch to Ernie's a 5-4 righty, ground to third base X. Tough chance for Dick Allen now playing third. 3E16, here's the play. On a 3, he's not going to get it. That's through into left field. Leadoff single for Banks. And now the Cubs will send up a pinch hitter for Kuntz. So Kuntz worked 3 innings. 3 hits, no runs, walked a pair, struck out 1. Let's see what they've got. We've got Altman, What the heck? We're going to send Glenn Beckert up there. Beckert hasn't started in a while, but in my replay, he is available to pinch hit. And it's fun, so why not? Let's get Beckert in at bat. Beckert, 337 on the season. Does not have a home run. Herbert working out of the stretch. The pitch to Glenn is a 210 righty, and that's going to be base hit, 2 stars, and going to third is Banks. And now we'll see about Krug. Krug being called back. Computer only card. And they're going to send up Bacabella. And that's going to bring Mock out. And that's it for Herbert. And now it is a save situation. And the Phillies aren't going to mess around. They're going to go to their closer, Darryl Knowles. Knowles 4-1, 3 saves, and a stellar 1.29 ERA. Runners at the corners, nobody out. Infield at double play depth. Knowles from the stretch delivers to Bacabella, 1-8. Pops him up left side. Bobby Wine will take it. Now is Klein going to hit? They're running out of players. Phillips and Alfitano after him. Jimmy Stewart will bat for Klein. Trying to get a right-handed batter up there. They send up the switch-hitting Stewart, who's just 4 for 25 on the year. 2 of the 4 hits for extra bases. Batting right-handed against Knowles. Infield bat. Pitch to Stewart. It's a 5-6. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, and the Cubs are down to their final out. And that will be Adolfo Phillips. Runners take their lead. Knowles staring in. Here's the pitch to Adolfo. It's a 4-9 righty grounder shortstop X. This should do it. Wide at 222. Roller to short, charging it. He's got it. Throws him out, and that's the ball game. Seven to 3 the final. The Phillies get the split in the doubleheader. One more game to go in this series, the rubber game. I'll have the totals for you here in a moment. Knowles gets the save. That's his 4th. He retired all 3 batters he faced, struck out 1. Buell is the winning pitcher, and he improves to 3-1. Henley takes the loss. His record squares at 1-1. I agree, Mike. That seems fair to me. Bob Buell with the 3 1/3 innings of scoreless relief, and Dick Allen with the homer and the triple and the 4 ribbies. Co-players of the game. They're going to split up that Chief Spokane Gary trophy among them. I think it's a pack of M&Ms today, so we'll have to divvy those up after the game. The totals for the game, the Phillies win it with 7 runs on 9 hits, no errors. The Cubs 3 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. And there we are. Thank you guys. Thanks Mike. Thanks Robert. Thanks Franklin. Thank you Kenyon. Thank you Gerald. Thank you everybody. Interestingly, I thought the Cubs were going to need the Johnny Holstaff. They used 3 pitchers. The Phillies ended up using 4. And they got Wagner off the hook. Well, he left tied. He couldn't have been the loser anyway. Tomorrow we're going to wrap up June 1st. It's going to be the Dodgers at the Cardinals. Sandy Koufax tomorrow against Al Jackson for the Cardinals. That'll be 1:30 Pacific, 4:30 Eastern. Or did I miss an error? I did. It was, actually it was the pitcher. It was Wagner who made the error. Right there. E1. White made an error in the opening game of the doubleheader yesterday. I don't think he made one today. Let me look again. No, just the error by Wagner. And Santo had an error. And that was the only error for the Cubs. Right, Mike, but that was, yeah, Wagner, thank you. Yep, E1, 4th inning. Remember we were talking about how he got a 2E38 rating when he didn't even make an error that year in real life. Of course, he didn't play very much. Thanks again for hanging out with me, guys. I do appreciate it. Thanks again for the 400 subscribers. It really does mean a lot. I had no idea where this was going to go when I started doing it. It's sure been a lot of fun. Hopefully I'll come back more rested tomorrow. We'll have a good game. So join me for Koufax and Jackson tomorrow. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. Take care.